Welcome back and gather around Tarnished, have a seat. Today we're going to study a new doom. Praetor Rykard loved rules. He loved them so much he turned them into weapons. Rebels, they could become glorious barbecue. And doubters, well, he had some spikes with a personal touch. He was dutiful to his role, at least until the questions started crawling under his skin like worms. And when the faith cracked, Rykard didn't just fall from grace. He dove headfirst into heresy and came up hissing. Before the coils, and before the sermons about freedom via devouring, before he wore the charming title Lord of Blasphemy like a badge and not a warning label, Rykard was a Golden Order poster child. Radagon and Rennala's son? Yeah, that family. The one that makes every royal lineage look stable by comparison. Rykard believed in law. He believed in justice. He believed in the Golden Order so hard he probably ironed the scripture for fun. And when the whispers of rebellion went around, well, he didn't debate. He incinerated. Gideon, the knows everything and somehow is still insufferable, Ofnir called him, a ruthless justiciar who commands inquisitors reviled for his serpentine demeanor. Charming review, really. Must have looked great on recruitment posters. His tools of justice, let's just call them, well, persuasive. Torture wheels, flame-piercing tridents, and of course the abductor virgins, iron maidens with those snatchy hands and zero tolerance. They weren't cruelty, he insisted. This was order made real, grace with sharp edges, and Rykard, halo polished, smiled as he swung the blade. Like the rest of his house, he carried that unmistakable blend of beauty, brilliance, and impending disaster. Radon, the picture of martial loyalty, well, before cosmic fraternizing went wrong, and Ronnie, rebellion wrapped in icy calm. Rykard loved them both. He admired Radon's unwavering devotion and feared Ronnie's clever heresies. And then there was Tanith, his ever-devoted partner, once a dancer, now a consort whose faith in him could crack stone, and possibly moral integrity. Her loyalty whispered in his ear, "You are right. You are righteous." And, well, who doesn't love a little delusion to taste? Speaking of taste, go grab yourself a snack. We recommend some spicy lava bites. Think molten cheese balls dusted with chili powder or anything that makes it feel like it crawled out of Mount Gelmir itself. Bonus points if it burns just enough to make you question your life choices. Ready? Great. Then let's continue. But believe Tarnished? It's a delicate thing, crisp like a pastry that snaps under pressure. And Rykard's faith? It didn't break. It coiled. At first, Rykard treated dissent like a house pest. Stomp, burn, repeat. But rebellion? It's persistent, like a Tarnished at a site of grace. Questions slithered into his chambers. Is grace a gift or a shackle? Do the gods guide or do they consume? And suddenly, our zealous magistrate was staring at the Erdtree like someone realizing their favorite idol might be a cult leader. Doubt, by the way, is kind of like a gateway drug. One moment you're enforcing divine law and the next you're founding Volcano Manor, a cozy retreat for people who dislike trees, obedience, and the greater will. Tanith applauded. Ronnie visited with philosophical daggers disguised as blessings, and the Knight of the Black Knife struck. Illusion shattered, and Rykard dipped his toe. No, more like his entire foot into heresy. He didn't just watch the world fracture, he handed it the hammer. Oh, what a good helper. Secrets whispered in shadow became invitations, and Rykard RSVP'd with zeal. He conspired, he tasted rebellion, and Tarnished, he liked it. Freedom sounded noble, like a hymn, sung against the Erdtree's roots. Revolt tasted sweet, sharp as volcanic wine, but ideals are fickle companions. They start as banners and end as chains, and somewhere between justice and vengeance, a new flavor crept in. Hunger. Not the hunger for liberty. No, that was yesterday's sermon. This was older, deeper, coiling in the marrow, a craving for not change, but for dominion. For power so absolute it could swallow God's whole. And once that thought slithered in, it never left. It whispered through sleepless nights, it hissed beneath the roar of Gelmir's flames. Mount Gelmir, a scenic burning vista, complementary with despair, a perfect spot for a crisis of faith and some light experimentation with ancient serpent cults. Rykard studied old rites and hexes like one might borrow forbidden cookbooks, and whispered, if I must become a serpent to free this world, coil me up. No thought. Shame about the execution. Quite literal in this case. Because the great serpent didn't negotiate. It devoured, and Rykard, he offered himself willingly. A demigod who once believed in justice, swallowed whole for a shot at godhood through digestion. which brings us to the new improved Rykard, the one who speaks through fangs, the one whose great rune doesn't bless the faithful, it rewards feasting on them instead. Growth through consumption, enlightenment through lunch. We now know him as the Lord of Blasphemy. And that's a catchy title. Volcano Manor morphed from rebel refuge into a buffet line for Snake's theology. The faithful swapped sermons for slaughter. Man-serpents slithered into being. Knights hid their crests in shame. And so the judge who swore to protect order became the serpent who swallowed it whole. What began as a rebellion, justice, sharpened, freedom-fueled, rotted into appetite. The Golden Order made him a sword. His doubt made him a traitor. His pride made him prey, and his hunger made him eternal. You, Tarnished, reach Volcano Manor. Tanith welcomes you into her fold. You kill at her command, and then she sends you to meet her husband. Rykard greets you with steel and hunger. Join the Serpent King as family, and together, we'll devour the very gods. Well, respectfully, I guess this is gonna be a hard pass for me. You seize the Serpent Hunter, and you cut him down with a blade older than the Erdtree itself. Through scale and flame, you carve his ending. And Tanith? Well, isn't she devoted to the very end? When you, yes you, end him, she tries to become him. Love is complicated, but ask yourself, when does justice become obsession? And when does rebellion become hunger? And when power whispers devour, how loudly will your stomach answer? And thanks for joining me on this tale from the lands between. Drop a like, leave your favorite serpent emoji, and remember, if a giant snake invites you to join him, he means it literally. Until the next tale, stay sharp, stay tarnished, and may your week burn brighter than Mount Gelmir's lava.